Hey, what's up everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so from what I understand, Anthony Davis will not play tonight. I say that with a question mark because I'm not really certain. I just made a video telling you guys that he was probable for this evening, and then I turned on my phone, of course, turned on social media and saw that it's being reported he's not going to play. So it's up in the air at this point, as far as I can tell. Conflicting reports coming out at this point, so we don't know. But I don't think it's that big of a deal either way, because it is the first preseason game, and if there is anything lingering that he needs to heal up from in any way, I think that this is the time to do it. It's the preseason, so no big deal. It's a frustrating deal because of course the fact it's Anthony Davis and all of that. But at the end of the day, as long as he's ready for the start of the regular season, that is what truly matters. So as long as we keep our eyes on the ball and what matters, we won't be confused by these headlines or overreact to them, I should say. A lot of pressure I'm seeing on Twitter. Well, I don't have Twitter, but I go on Google and see what's posted on Twitter about the Lakers, and I see a lot of pressures being placed on the Lakers to give up their 2 first-round picks in Westbrook for the Buddy Hield Indy deal. That's logical in a sense because, of course, the team is incomplete, and if you know basketball, you know this team is not there yet. We're not where we wanted to be. But as we also know, nothing's changed over the last 3 months on this channel because we, just like I said about the first subject, have kept our eyes on the ball. We're focused. What does that mean? That means that we're not in the business of stressing about having our team be complete at the beginning of the regular season. That's not imperative. Getting off to a good start is important, but I don't think we have to necessarily get off to a bad start for what it is we're expected to do. We already have 3 very tough games to start the season anyway. So making that trade, I don't know, is going to make us a team that can win those games. So with that understanding, the most important thing to do with those games is just put Russell Westbrook on the floor in positions to make him look good and try to raise his trade value very early. That should be the only real focus of our first couple of games, is just making sure that he doesn't look horrible, and making sure that he stays healthy. That's the most important thing. That's what everything is lying on. Everybody else just needs to just stay healthy and work good habits and learn what they need to learn about one another for the short term, because really it's about what our team is going to be after we make those trades. So that's all it's about. It's about how quickly we can get those pieces in place. But the key to all this is not the quickness of that, but that the efficiency of it is something that we can be happy with. Doing the Indy deal does not do it for me, because I look at the Miles Turner contractual situation and realize that there's a very good chance we are not going to re-sign him. So acquiring him at the first half of this season means that we're signing up to let $20 million of his talent walk out the door for absolutely nothing, because you're not going to pick him up right now with the intention of trading him to assure he doesn't walk halfway through the season. You're not going to do that. So you would then have to force yourself to pay his $20 million tag next season. At what, 4 years? He's probably going to want $20 million. We don't need that. Well, how does that help us in the long term? How is that the piece that we need for what it is that we're doing? And we already have Anthony Davis and LeBron James in max contracts. Miles Turner, a 3-and-D center, is not the piece that you want to pay that amount of money to for the Lakers. So when you think that way and you understand that, you don't make a move that puts you in a position to acquire something you can't do best with. No, sorry, that's stupid. Don't do it. So that's where I'm at with it. It's like, okay, yeah, we think about the team that we have in front of us because we want to make sure that that team is good enough to win. But we also understand is if you hold on to what it costs, if you have the money to pay for something, when something good comes about, you have the money to pay for it. Simple and plain. And that's what those picks represent. The money from which to pay for something. You don't throw your money at the first thing you see because something is being sold. Hey, somebody's selling something. Let's give them all our money and take what they're selling. No, you wait until you see something you actually want and for the price that you want it, and then you make the decision on whether or not a purchase makes sense. That's how we handle our money, right? And that's exactly what you should do with these picks. And give them away to the Pacers for what? For something you can't do enough with to make it make sense that you've acquired it. Now you've created another problem. You didn't create a solution. You didn't fix your problems. You created new ones. So that's not, no. From the outside looking in, if you don't know what you're talking about, of course, the Lakers aren't good enough to win. Buddy Hield and Miles Turner will help them win. The Lakers have enough to pay for it. Do it. Yes, that's that's surface level thinking. But if you look behind the curtain and you realize everything that there is to see there, you assess that as something that is not the best move for the Lakers. It's just not. There will be a better move to make later on with the 2 picks that we have. We can be in a position to afford that when it comes about. So that's all it is. Just being patient and waiting for the waters to part for you to walk. It's that simple. And if we give up our 2 picks right now for a deal that we're not satisfied with, then when it is time for us to get something that we would want, we don't have the picks in place to get it. It's common sense. It's super common sense, as a matter of fact. It's redundant in nature to even have to say this 100 times, but you know, people have their own agendas about what they want to see the Lakers do, and they have their own way about going about it. And I think a lot of those people that are speaking don't want to see the Lakers win. That's not their goal. They just want something more to talk about. If anything, they want to see the Lakers make a mistake so they can talk about that. So I would say to the Laker organization, those who are suggesting that you do that deal, 9 out of 10 times, they're not actually looking for you to win a championship. They just want to talk about your failure. Just like they want to talk about how you should do a deal that you're not doing. Anything that you do, they're going to talk against. If you do this deal, they're going to bash the deal. Those are your haters speaking. You can do no right. So you don't adhere to that pressure. What you do is ignore them and stay focused. And our plan has been in place this entire time. We're looking for the best possible deal to make us a championship level team while not ruining our flexibility. If we can't check off all those boxes with our deal, we're not improving our franchise. Period. It's not deeper than that. So that's what I say. That's what I stick to, and I hope our front office always has that in mind, because that's what's going to make us a champion. Not adhering to what our haters are saying about doing deals that don't make us better. So that is literally all I have to say about it, man. And that's a very short video. It's like an attachment video to the first one, to update you guys on AD's the murkiness of his availability tonight, and to ultimately let you guys know that I'm still on board with holding on to Westbrook and those picks until we see something we really like, rather than just settling for something that completes us. We want to be complete, but we don't want to be completely mediocre. We want to be good enough to win a championship, not just good enough to make it through a regular season. So yeah, that's what it is, y'all. That's what I have to say. Video 44. Thank you all for watching.